Are you ready to resume our hunt for the Riven Cataclysm, little mortal? I assumed you'd want time to sample Madame Wim's delights, or explore the... You are not wrong in your summation, but we are not without avenues to explore. Remember the broken sword hilt? The Blade Bearers are a Dromora clan who forged their own path. They have no allegiance to Mehrunes Dagon, so I find it curious that their crest was found on a broken sword. The Blade Bearers are nomads, but we should find them at a settlement called Wretched Spire. That's in the Sever region of the Deadlands. We must talk to their kinreeve, Rincaius. I will meet you there. And bring Arox. We may have a use for him. Rincaius is a kinreeve of the Blade Bearers, a clan of nomadic Dromora who bow to no prince. Like the rest of his clan, he is fierce but values honor. He takes pride in his martial skills and the status of his kin. Mortals hold no interest for him.
Take me with you, Master. Let us lay waste to your foes. You are unlikely to find any of Mehrunes Dagon's servants in Wretched Spire, Master. Long ago, the Prince of Destruction commanded that no Daedra. Never heard of him, but I do not trust him. I will watch him closely, Master. Sniff out his intentions. I have a keen sense of smell in this otherwise pathetic form. I'd prefer to be huge and powerful again, of course. But this form has some uses. I do not know. Lord Dagon wasn't in the habit of explaining his commandments. I heard the entire town was dropped into the Deadlands. At once, mortal master.
I see the last of the Fool Killers still consorts with mortals.
And I see a Blade Bearer who could use a new perspective.
You travel a strange path, Lyrinth. I won't ally with kin such as you.
I was not offering an alliance. Mortals, speak to Rincaius. Tell him about burning Gyre Keep.
Mortals in the Deadlands exist only at Mehrunes Dagon's sufferance. They grovel in his cult, toil as his slaves, or skulk and hide in places such as this, in the hope he will forget about them. Which are you? No Blade Bearer would willingly enter a fortress loyal to Lord Dagon. I'm in search of my clan members who disappeared, however. You say you found one of our swords at Burning Gyre Keep. Tell me, what do you know of the Order of the Waking Flame? An audacious plan? Mehrunes Dagon has swallowed mortal realms before, or at least a portion of them. Such as this settlement you see before you. You are fortunate that their plan failed. What brings you to the Deadlands now? Vengeance? If Dagon's servants struck down my kin to protect this device, I will punish them. But first, they must be found. My scouts followed rumors to Zynoez's jail and Jin's foundry before they vanished. I will begin there. You may... Jin is a Dromora kin marcher. She studies relics and devices. Zynoez is Zivilai. He studies pain. They are both subordinates of Valkanaz Novkroz, who you say you encountered at Burning Gyre Keep. When Dagon's purposes interfere with our own, we gladly fight his minions. Prince Dagon knows this and welcomes it. We have met the Valkanaz in battle before. The Blade Bearers come to Wretched Spire every cycle. It provides a place to plot our next campaign against rival clans. When one of our war parties never arrived, I dispatched scouts to find it. They made one report. Then Kinmacher Jind oversees a foundry in the Sever, not far from Wretched Spire. Zynoez is a master of a jail in the Burn, a place of suffering. My scouts reported that both seek information about mortal dealings, each in their own way. It is unusual for two high-ranking lieutenants of Arkanas Novkros to suddenly concern themselves with mortals, yes. Novkros has nothing but contempt for your kind. Is that all? I grow impatient. Ika, Drozu, stay vigilant. It's possible our clanmates will return while I am gone. Surprising, but acceptable. I expected you to be killed on your way here. Perhaps you are more capable than you appear. This is the Foundry of Jind, Kinmarcher under Valkanasnov. Look for strange devices or documents about mortal machines in Jind's foundry. I will search for signs of my blade bearers and question any churls I find. There is a ritual site to them. That would be an inefficient use of my time and abilities. Do not expect me to guard you, mortal, but if you die, as... I've had few dealings with Kinmarcher Jind, but I have... reservations about any Dremora who dabbles in mortal inventions. It is an unseemly habit. Dislike? One must be familiar with something to dislike it. I am unfamiliar with your kind, and not especially curious. You are simply... unimportant. I mean no insult. Comfort is not a concept I give much thought to. It is something mortals seek, to protect them from fears and cares. I will only wait for a brief period at the ritual site after I complete my own investigations. Search quickly if you wish.
Is that the last of them? Oh, thank feather.
That Ringcaius doesn't know what to make of you, Master. He seems like the suspicious type. Strange drawing, Master. Does Jind intend to construct this thing? Mortal woman dares command Jind and Nokfrost? Arrogant. Why does she need so many Dremora?
I guess this is a fight now.
Crofts thinks he can make his own catalyst. Let them kill me. He'll never match Sister Seldina's brilliance.
Nokvraz seeks to undermine the mortal Seldina. Two factions. There it is. Touch it, and you hear the victim's last thoughts. Enemies make the best death stones.
I thought Jind would slice your flesh to ribbons. You are sturdier than you appear. Mortals have too many expressions. Your face tells me nothing. Did you find anything at the foundry, or did you fail at your task? For what purpose? Prince Dagon commanded Valknaz Novkroz and his subordinates to assist the mortals of his waking flame cult. Or so I heard. If the mortals devised it, this reeks of mortal lies and trickery. Mortals do not enslave kin. And yet, I found signs left by my blade bearers. Yes, kin are not to be used by mortals. The very thought offends me. I must find signs of my missing clanmates. You are not a blade bearer. You have no means to perceive the secret symbols of my kin. We are of oblivion. We are blade bearers, or the kin of my clan. The clan pact shapes us. It defines our essential nature. Blade bearer is... We will investigate the Zivilai, Zainoaz. I will meet you there, if you survive the journey. The Zivilai will grind your mortal bones to ash if he scents you here. Zainoaz is one of Valknaz Novkroz's most fearsome underlings. He commands many Dremora. Blade bearers would not allow themselves to be seen by you, so do not waste your time looking for them. Search for information about the mortal device that drew my scouts to this site. You exhaust me with all these questions. Are all mortals so uncertain? Zivilai are reckless creatures. They rely on wild emotion and brute strength instead of skill and strategy. Dangerous to the weak or the unwary. Zivilai are rarely bound to any clan. Sometimes they work together, but it never lasts. They are arrogant and do not like taking orders. You infer too much. I do not like or dislike Zivilai. They are difficult allies, undisciplined. Stay alert, mortal. You seem to handle yourself well, but Zainoaz is dangerous.
To run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
More scratchings? They really are trying to build their own cataclysm, Master.
Let's combine strengths.
What a poorly crafted runic crux. Whatever ritual they plan to use it for will most likely fail.
You have found information. Perhaps you have proven yourself a... Of course. Vakanaznavkraz refuses to accept that the mortal followers of Mehrunes Dagon can succeed where... Blind seer. That means nothing to me. Nor can I make sense of the drawing. The runic crux, however. The work seems poorly done. Xynoaz's... My kin learned little that we did not already know. They waited here, hoping to trail a waking flame messenger back to Sister Seldina. Since they are not here. Defective parts, strange scribblings, the inventions of a blind seer. I hope Lyranth learned more in Fargrave.
The inventions of a blind seer. Interesting. I believe we know his name.
Elegian. That's what I remembered earlier. Lyranth helped me.
Elegian? That old lunatic? He was locked in the blood pit last I knew.
Did that Datrat talk?
This pathetic form holds Arox the Mutilator, Titan of Destruction! Master, let's talk. Not so long ago, the blood pit trembled at the mere rumor of my approach. They cowered before me. I first encountered Elegian there. He was... The blood pit is a foul prison that I once oversaw. When I was cursed, I awoke there in this reduced form, cast down with others who offended Mehrunes Dagon. That's where I met Elegian. He was locked in a prison within the prison. The Durance File. Master, I am not sure if Elegian knows who Elegian is, or why he is there. You'll see. The Blood Pit lies northwest of Burning. The Blood Pit imprisons disloyal Daedra with mystic wards. Lyranth and the Blade Bearer would have to shatter those wards to enter. Mortals? Walls and locks are enough to bar your path. I was imprisoned there before I escaped, only to be captured by the Collector. Damn his many eyes! They never were able to overcome my natural immunity to the wards. Something to do with my position before I was cursed, I imagine. Probably not. Mortals are delicate about such things. The Blood Pit is a cruel place, Master. Prince Dagon sends his enemies there to suffer. Let us depart, Master.
Let's meet at the Blood Pit. If I know Elagian, maybe he knows me. Over here, friend. No one's come in or out while I've been waiting. The Blood Pit. If names are omens, then this is a dire one. After what Aarox told us about the place, I admit, I'm not sure. Wouldn't a place like this leave scars you couldn't forget? I don't know. And what does it matter? However we met, I just hope Elagian can tell me who I was before this mask was adhered to my face. It would also be nice if he can tell us something useful about the Riven Cataclysm. There, an overseer. Let's see what's going on.
The blind old fool is useless. All he did was babble about nonsense.
He is becoming resistant to the elixir, Valkenar's Knockcross. There's nothing to be done.
Nothing to be done? Be grateful that I am not my predecessor, Aarox the Mutilator.
Knockfrost is weak. I would have killed the Overseer for her failure.
Careful. Overseer on the left.
Ah, Valkenar's Knockfrost. Do you have any idea when we can expect Aarox the Mutilator to return?
Aarox never left. I had him cursed, turned him into a dade rat.
Knockfrost? He did this to me? That bloodless aspile!
Improve the elixir before I return. And forget Aarox. He's no longer your concern.
Warden's Overlook is nearby. The entrance is a portal. We might find the location of Elagian's Durance Vial there. Knockfrost returns!
Have you completed your interrogation, Valkenar's Knockcross?
Nothing but a waste of time. Just more of the same. Secure the Durance Vial until I return. I must go. That tiresome mortal Selbina insists on my presence. Improve the elixir before my next interrogation.
He's getting away! I'll kill him!
I could kill them to run away. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that. That's it. The Durance Vial.
remember the smells of this place. The old seer should be behind a glowing door.
So close, but one more obstacle. Any ideas? If Aarox is right, Elagian is behind that glowing door. That's a lot of security for one old blind seer, though. I guess we need to figure... Yeah, I thought so too. But what if something in my past is terrible? What if that's why I can't, or won't, remember? Lucents can be... spend any amount of time...
I remember. There's a rune of unsealing on the balcony above. It unlocks the cell door,
And look over
Master.
there, a charged Lucent. Grab it and place it in the labrum beside the displacer. Now place the charged Lucent in the discharge labrum. I see discharge labrums on the balcony above.
The masked one speaks true. We need charged Lucents.
Activate the rune of unsealing before an overseer comes round.
Good! The sooner we finish with the old seer, the sooner we can punish Knockfrost!
That did it! Now let's see what Elagian can tell us about cataclysms. And maybe my...
A noise! Is someone there? No. No more visions. I don't want to drink anymore. Drink, brink, sink.
The blind seer is mad. I warned you, Master.
That's him.
Can you hear all of them? I hear all of them. Pour the season on the coals. All good children get sweet roll. More questions? No more questions. Is it the season? All my ideas gone. They poured them out, and now I'm an empty bottle. So empty. Sometimes everything is right again.
Knockfrost mentioned an elixir, didn't he? If you can find one, maybe it'll calm him down.
Taste of spring, rain's hand in a bottle. Pour and pour on the coals helps calm my mental debacle.
That bottle smells of Nern. I hate it. But this ridiculous nose of mine is not wrong. Try it, Master. Pour it on the braziers.
My mind grows still, free of those awful visions. I do not know you, stranger, but I thank you. That vile creation. Nokfrost was just here asking about it. The Riven Cataclysm is my burden, my punishment, my greatest sorrow. I did not realize that. Yes, I believe you speak true. Destroying it would be good. You can get to the Cataclysm by going to Annihilox's summit. Nokfrost speaks freely in my presence. He thinks me the Anchorite? No, I've not heard that word. But I sense my work. She wears my mask, doesn't she? I crafted that cursed item. It suppresses memories, both the wearers and... I cannot tell you who I made the mask for or why. The enchantment I devised does not simply abolish the wearer's memories. It erases the wearer from the memory. Of course not. The mask hides who she was, not who she is now. Think twice before you seek to unbind the mask from your friend. That curse was most likely put in place. Long ago, I was a moth priest. I read from the ElderScrolls and paid for the knowledge I gained with my sight. But while Morikar was still Emperor, I was abducted by the servants of Beirut. Dagon's servants broke me, drove me mad with torment and illusions until I no longer knew what was real and what was... There is no escape for me. Madness is my prison, much more so than this cell. The elixir never lasts very long.
You seem like a kindly old owl. I wish I could help you.
A kindly old owl. I remember a young girl called me that once. I have something for you.
Something for me? What is it?
This amulet. I've been saving it for so long. For you, I think. Now go. My mind. Kind, white, blind. It fills with a storm.
A sewer on the east wall. That's our exit, Master. We should hurry and return to Wretched Spire.
Destroy the Riven Cataclysm, stranger. Undo the work my captors derived from my madness. That will be...
Remember me.
Interesting. You appear to have survived Dagon's worst prison and suffered little to no damage. And your demeanor suggests that you succeeded in your mission. Though the Anchorite seems... I know an Ilark's summit. A high peak in the Sever, inhospitable to mortals, and Dremora for that matter. Few go there. It would be a perfect place to hide the Riven Cataclysm. But what's wrong with the Anchorite? Did Elegine recognize her? Did he know? The Cataclysm and the mask. This Elegine is clever indeed. I am more determined than ever to examine the Riven Cataclysm in detail. We must also keep the Waking Flame from misusing it, of course. Patience, mortal. You have done well. Take pride in your accomplishments and accept this minor token of my appreciation. With Rincaius, Arox, and the Anchorite at our side, we may yet complete both our missions. Prepare yourself. We move out shortly. Look at us, little mortal. Forced to accept the word of a blind old seer. imprisoned and driven mad in Mehrunes Dagon's blood pit. If Elegion is to be believed, we'll find Sister Saldina and the Riven Cataclysm at the summit. Come, little mortal. Let us speak. Look at us, little mortal. Forced to accept the word of a blind old seer. Imprisoned and driven mad in Dagon's blood pit. If Elegion is to be believed, we'll find Sister Saldina and the Riven Cataclysm at the summit. I have heard of the location. A barren peak scoured by winds that flay flesh from bone. A good place to build a secret retreat, provided the walls can withstand the constant winds. Always. With Rincaius and his blade bearers beside us, we will fight our way to the Riven Cataclysm. When I have seen what I need to, you can destroy the device. Meet us at the base, grab the Daedrat and prepare yourself. The dangers of an Ilarch summit are enough to make even a Dromora pause. I assume we will have to deal with both Nokfrost's forces and the Order of the Waking Flame along the way. That seems unlikely. If Saldina already had such an army, she would deploy it at once. Remember, she is eager to conquer Fargrave and earn Prince Dagon's favor. Still, I do not think we have much time before that changes. The incarnates we encountered were indeed mindless engines of destruction. The Dromora within no longer thinks. All it knows is power and rage. Sister Saldina directs these living weapons for now, but Valkanaz Nokfrost wants this power too. Volunteer. The very thought is repugnant. Do you not understand how we value what makes us who we are? To surrender to such a process is to be destroyed. The essence survives, but the mind, the purpose, gone forever. Do you imagine they had a choice? Possibly. But each time we delay the waking flame, we make it less likely that Elegion's mad vision becomes a reality. Although it might have been for the best if you had removed Elegion while you were in the blood pit. If Elegion can create something as powerful as the Riven Cataclysm or as subtle as the Anchorite's mask, what else might he devise? One never knows how a talent such as that might prove useful.
Let us go, Master.
I'll meet you at a Nyalok summit, but we should be careful. I expect that both Sister Saldina and Nokfrost may be there.
Tell me that we will find Nokfrost at an Ilarch summit, Master. Oh, he has so much to answer for. If you know, Nokfrost is no mage. He must have found some relic or forgotten curse to transform me into this Daedrat body. And he must have caught me off guard. Otherwise, you dare insinuate? The Master meant no offense. They're just a stupid mortal. Nokfrost never dared display a hint of disloyalty, let alone challenge me for my place as Prince Dagon's champion. I would have crushed him into a paste. Can we go now? Yes, Master. To the base of an Ilarch summit, Master. Nokfrost must pay for this insult he has forced upon me. I can practically smell Nokfrost.
Good, we're all
Hurry,
here.
Master. We can
You and
catch him.
Rincaius will lead the assault, mortal.
Your mortal shell may not survive the climb to the summit, but I will do what I can to protect you.
Unlike others of my ilk, I have no particular interest in open battle. I leave the assault on the summit to you and Rincaius. In addition to the harsh conditions and the destructive wind, I expect you will face Daedra loyal to Valkanaz Nokfrost. Perhaps mortals devoted to the Dagon cult. Surely neither Nokfrost nor Sister Saldina would leave the Riven Cataclysm unguarded. Given what we've seen of their interactions thus far, I'd say neither of them tells the other any more than necessary. Perhaps we can use that at some point.
As we ascend the summit, know that I can protect you from the worst of the lightning and the wind shears, provided you do not stray too far from my side. The dangers of the Deadlands are numerous, mortal. Have you not determined that by now? Valkenaz Novkroz will have his minions out in force. He may have been ordered. You try to interpret Daedric actions through mortal understanding. I have seen the mortals of Wretched Spire do the same thing. It leads to all sorts of trouble. Novkroz will see. Using the natural defenses of this place to protect them. Probably Novkroz's idea.
Above this peak, nothing troubled my true form. That scent! Nokfrost came this way! Passage! Nokfrost went this way! In here! Hurry! This way! I will gnaw Nokfrost's nose off!
We're following your Daedrat?
Nokfrost is gone. Curse him! Master, I smell blood. Mortal blood. It seems I have a very strong nose. Oh, freshly spilled, Master. A mortal died here not long ago. We should look around and see what tale this place... Dead mortals pay little attention to where they leave their bodies, or the things they carry. Very untidy. Selfish of them. Search the cave, Master. A mortal died nearby. I smell magic, too. Dark and strange.
I do not take orders from a Daedrat.
Twisted rod. That's what I smelled. It must be important.
I've seen only a few dead mortals during our stays in Wretched Spire. But it's obvious that this cultist died recently. Let me see. This key is not familiar to me, but it might prove useful. A way into the waking flame there, perhaps? Careless of them to let some weakling walk about with it. Or for Varkan. We saw that Nokvros directed his underlings Jind and Zainoaz to question waking flame cultists about the Cataclysm device. I believe this cultist met the same fate. It's unimportant. Whatever power it once held has been expended. The Daedrat might sniff and paw at it, but if the rod had a purpose, Nokvros would not have left it behind.
There is nothing defective about my hearing, Master, or my curiosity. The Blade Bearer is wrong to dismiss me with such contempt. As you wish, Master. The day will come when I fall upon your enemies like a burning thunderbolt, and lay 100 blackened skulls at your feet. Let us see if the Blade Bearer sneers at Aarox then, as you command.
The creature is stowed? Then let us move. Remember, mortal, do not range too far from me, else I cannot protect you from the summit's elements.
My true form could tear through it with ease. Very good, Master. Not as good as tearing it down and stomping into rubble, but still, well done.
Portal? Curse it. Our enemies have already fled.
Where is the Dagonist temple? What exactly did the Mad Seer tell you, mortal? Did he lie?
Nokvros used that portal, Master. His scent lingers.
I don't think Elegion lied. The Riven Cataclysm must be beyond that portal.
Tell me again, mortal. What exactly did Elegion say to you when you asked about it? If that portal leads to wherever the Cataclysm waits, then Elegion spoke true. We will not know until we use it, however. I sense that the portal connects... Sister Seldina and the Waking Flame have attempted to neutralize me before. They warded this portal with a spell that will unravel my current body. Remember, I cannot die. Perhaps, but it would take time we do not have. You must serve as my eyes, little mortal. Find the Cataclysm, examine it, remember everything you see. Then do whatever you feel is necessary. Take the anchorite. I'll send Rinkias through shortly. We suspect the Riven Cataclysm waits through that portal, but we cannot be sure. If you find it, deal with its guardians and do what you must.
Take the anchorite and go, mortal. I will follow after I give the Blade Bearers their instructions and confer with Lyranth.
I don't think I've ever been to there.
Let's go, Master! Nokvros must feel the wrath. ridiculous fools! Free us now!
How dare they pen up my kin like
Please,
feral
Highness.
clan fear?
Our
Free
kin!
them, mortal!
They feed them to a device beneath the citadel!
Report, Hadri. What is this place?
They call it Fort Grief. Valkanaz Nokvros's minions captured us near Jin's foundry and turned us over to the Waking Flame. They brought us here.
Mortal, I will escort my kin back to the portal. Press on and free any other blade bearers you encounter.
Nokvros. He's here somewhere. I know that stink everywhere.
Over there. More cages.
We won't let you feed us to your device.
These mortals are allies, Dothas. Tell them what you know of this place.
Blade bearers do not bother with mortals. Even those a wretched spire we barely tolerate. But if Rinkaius commands it, I will treat you as an ally. We tracked our first group of missing blade bearers to Kinmarcher Jin's foundry. When Nokvros gave our kin to the Waking Flame mortals, we followed them to a Nylark summit. That's where Nokvros... Yes, bound like Ogrim waiting for the torturer's lash. The mortal leader, Sister Seldina. Nokvros stood beside her like a trained clanfear. They took our kin to the Citadel, to their Cataclysm device. They use our essence to fuel the infernal thing. I heard the cultists talking. Apparently, early versions of the Cataclysm used a single Daedra and transformed them into some sort of living disaster. Mortals, you know nothing. They use the collected essences to create a single powerful incarnate. The essences overwhelm the recipient, erasing them, remaking them. They become a mindless force of destruction. Normally we cannot, but with our essence drained, nothing remains to return to oblivion. Nothing to reform. You need to know. They have another stronghold, a place called Deadlight. But if you seek the Riven Cataclysm, it's in the fort's citadel.
Mortals, make your way into the Citadel. I will follow once my kin are safe.
Strange sense here. Something metallic, sharp. It smells of power. Maybe the Cataclysm, Master.
not command here, Nokvraz. I take no orders from you.
Sister Seldina and Nokvraz, they're in the chamber below.
Intruders! Stop them!
Dagon will reward my devotion. You'll see. Intruders? Good. You will fall before the power of my newest incarnate. Destroy them, my beautiful creation.
The Incarnate's drawing power from the Cataclysm. I'll try to stop the flow. There must be a switch or something.
There! Those look vulnerable.
Such pointless courage. Who hides behind that mask?
Mortal! Take shelter under my shield!
Cannot defeat disaster incarnate.
My shield will protect you.
I'll figure out something.
Taking control of the Cataclysm. That's
King Caius! I don't know how long Lyrin's portal will remain open. Hurry!
It took a while, but I finally determined your location and opened that portal. Come, mortal. Tell me all that transpired. Once the Blade Bearers appeared and told me about Fort Grief, it only took a short time to ascertain your exact location and open a portal. This seemed like a safe enough place to regroup. Now, tell me what transpired. Did you find the Riven Cataclysm? You had to. Before I could examine it? Did you at least take a close look at the device? Or bring back any of its component parts for me to study? So we have nothing? Nothing I can investigate. No one I can interrogate. I am disappointed, mortal. Now I must start all over again. Deadlight? That name is familiar. A lost realm somewhere in Oblivion. We need to return to Fargrave. Make inquiries. Locate this hidden place. Meet me at Madam Wim's, little mortal. Perhaps my investigations will yield.
Blade Bearers, scour the Deadlands for signs of the waking flame. Wherever Sister Seldina hides, we will find her.
Master, show Lyrin the twisted rod. It's important, I'm sure of it.
I assumed we'd find answers here in Fargrave. Some way to salvage the opportunity denied me at Fort Grief. But no. Even Madam Wim seems at a loss as to the location of Deadlight. Let me see. It contains a dormant enchantment of some sort. It feels unpleasant. And the magic, it smells like your Daedrat. I will keep the rod and study it as time permits. Unfortunately, I do not think it is related to Sister Seldina. I'm not sure yet, but the answer will become clear soon enough. I should not have gotten angry, little mortal. You have helped me a great deal, and you certainly helped Fargrave and Nirn by destroying the Riven Cataclysm. Take this as a recompense. The secrets I seek rest with Sister Seldina. She still has the means to create more cataclysms, so the danger to Fargrave and Nirn remains. We must ascertain the location of Deadlight, and this hidden stronghold the Blade Bearers heard mentioned. Everything I know about Deadlight is rumor and conjecture. It is a plane that suffered some great cataclysm in the ancient past, a realm forgotten and lost to time. I had hoped that Madame Wim would know more, but she claims the place is a mystery. Interesting. The Blade Bearer clan's scouts are indeed competent. Perhaps they can find the trail where we have thus far turned up nothing. Very well. Find Rinkias and see what he has learned. Meanwhile, I have my own research to conduct. I asked Rinkias to meet us here in Fargrave. You should find him in the Plaza of Portals. See if his scouts learned anything useful, or if he requires your assistance. In the meantime, I have investigations of my own to attend to. Much of what I study is beyond the limits of your mortal comprehension, but I suppose you have earned some insight into my grand purpose. I plan to study the twisted rod you gave me. I also want to ask the Anchorite about the events at Fort Grief. Did you not see that coming? I'm surprised they remained allies for as long as they did. Valkenaz Nokvraz obviously hated providing support to a mortal, and Sister Seldina clearly despised having Daedric oversight. Certainly not. Nokvraz was attempting to figure out how to build his own cataclysm, you do recall. But we should strike at the waking flame while it is in disarray. Find their hidden stronghold, learn what I require, and then do what you must. Any tool can find a purpose in the correct hand. I sense dormant magic within the rod, and something about the energy reminds me of your Daedrat. He does he? Interesting. We have seen that the Daedrat's senses are highly attuned. Perhaps there is more to the rod than I originally suspected. I will study. Both Rinkias and the Anchorite mentioned how she disrupted the Cataclyst's power, giving you the opportunity to defeat the Incarnate and destroy the machine. She claims not to know how she accomplished that. Perhaps I can help her understand. I only want to hear her story. Ask her questions. She has indicated that when she tries to access her forgotten memories, the mask causes some amount of discomfort. But I will not personally inflict any harm upon her. Do you not trust me, mortal?
Sorry, I was just thinking. Ever since we returned from Fort Grief, I've been having strange visions. More forgotten memories bubbling to the surface. At least, I hope that's what it is. Some mortals who linger in Fargrave for too long go insane. Twice now, something triggered a return of memory. First when the Collector examined my mask, and then when I disrupted the Cataclysm. But I just see fragments, nothing clear or precise. Funny, but I think the amulet has something to do with it. Yes, whatever I did to the Cataclysm, and it was me, I'm certain of that, even if I don't understand how. It also charged the amulet. Like what happens to a Lucent when you place it in a Dynamis font, except this energy draws out my memories. As I said, fragments, glimpses of clarity in a haze of forgotten moments. I feel loneliness. I see a dark, enclosed space, a flash of blinding light. Nothing very useful or definitive, I'm afraid. Maybe Lyrinth can help me make sense of it.
I've heard the Dagonists have been largely driven from the city.
Frey considers this development. The cult's votives no longer affect the mortals of Fargrave, then.
Yes, a relief to be sure.
Frey ponders this with regret. The mortals were more interesting when the cult toyed with their emotions.
Hail, Rincaius. We found it.
Report, what have you uncovered?
You were correct. The mortal Dagonists have broken with Vulcanar's Nokvras. They retreat to a hidden stronghold in Deadlight.
Where is Lyranth, mortal? As you heard, the Blade Bearers have found Sister Seldina and her cultists. The Waking Flame has nowhere left to run. I forced a cultist to tell me about Deadlight. It's a broken realm, apparently destroyed by Mehrunes Dagon eons ago. He gave it to the... That we have not yet determined. But I have a plan. You must follow one of the groups of cultists, trail them to the portal, and take their key. If the portal key works like the keys to Fargrave, you'll also need the code to operate it. We will search for more cultists. Here, the locations my scouts found in the Deadlands. I suggest you start in the Sever. Find a key in the portal and we'll rendezvous before the assault begins. And take the Daedrat with you. His smell offends me.
Let us find these mortal cultists and finish with them, Master. Then we can wreak vengeance on the traitorous Nokvras. As you say, Master. I remain in your debt and will do as you command. My nose will guide us. My rage will drive us. And my fury will freeze the cultists in their tracks. Let us hunt, Master. Someone got to these cultists before us, Master. That's the cipher we need, Master. Perhaps Rincaius' plan will work after all. Too late again, Master! Someone beat us to them! Check anyway. Maybe we'll find something important. An intact portal key. If we align the symbols properly, it should open the way to Deadlight. Rincaius spoke true. This place reeks of the mortal cultists. Now we know where the portal is, Master, but it's warded against beings such as myself. Prudent. We have what we need, Master. The Deadlight portal lies to the west beyond the Bloodlands.
Feel free to join me by my fire. The Deadlands are dark without the light of friendship. My eyes deceive me. I was, a member of the Undaunted. The last job my group accepted was from a fellow wood elf named Finganian. He hired us to rescue his wife from the Deadlands. I separated from the others in the chaos. Finganian's wife, Gilran, rescued me before I had the opportunity to do her the same favor. She's the who slew Dagon's champion, the Vulcan. Gilran has an object precious to the prince of this domain. Among those trapped here and resentful of Dagon, the tale is well told. Gilran's not the only one who can make life-saving deals, but that shouldn't concern you. You are... I am not...
Locked and warded against Daedric incursion. These mortals are more resourceful than I imagined.
You did well to find this place, Rincaius. Ah, mortal. Let us confer.
Good. I was worried about you out there on your own.
On your own? Who is Arox the Mutilator? Chop Okram Spittle?
Since you found your way to this portal, I assume you also recovered a portal key and the cipher necessary to activate it? Very good. And I also assume that you heard Rinkaius? Sister Seldine awarded this portal not just to prevent my entry, but any other Daedric entity as well. Neither I, nor Rinkaius, nor Arox will be able to step through this portal. Learn whatever you can about the Cataclysm and Sister Seldina's plans. Then I suppose you will want to kill Seldina for the sake of Fargrave and Nirn. Just keep an eye on the Anchorite. The events at Fort Grief have triggered an onset of memories. Did I say I was concerned? Just watch her. Neither we nor the Anchorite know what her memories will eventually reveal. Who she really is. None of us may like the answer. Go. We will wait here. Try not to destroy anything I may want to examine later.
I'm ready when you are. Lead the way, friend. This is Deadlight? It feels familiar. Door might not be the best approach. Let's look for another way in. This path looks promising. Let's see where it leads. Looks like an archive of some sort. Let's see if it contains anything that can help us. Says Emperor Morakar personally ordered Elegion to design the Cataclysm for Mehrunes Dagon. Seldina bore a child to Emperor Morika? Because she thought Mehrunes Dagon told her to? That's crazy, isn't it? Sister Seldina worships destruction because she sees Mehrunes Dagon as a way to repair the design of Magnus by destroying the world. So they forced Elegion to have visions and create the Cataclysm as part of some deal between the Longhouse Emperors and Mehrunes Dagon. But while Morika wanted to ensure that his heirs ruled the world, Seldina wants to see the world destroyed. Yes, can you believe it? They think they can make more of those terrible incarnates, and faster too. But have they built this new device, or do we still have time to stop them? She believes that Mehrunes Dagon will destroy the world with fire in order to remake it. After suffering at the hands of the Reach, she took up with Emperor Morika and joined the Waking Flame. Like she was trying to remake herself as well. Right, a daughter. I suppose she'd be Emperor Leovik's half-sister. Have you heard of anyone coming forward with such a claim? I'm not totally current on happenings in Tamriel, but even in Fargrave we hear rumors. Come on, we should...
gates by matching the stones with the runes nearby, while I attune the portal key. The key is attuned and the dais activated, mortal. Now, come and retrieve your portal key. Here you are, a freshly attuned portal key. Carry it with you, and the portal will deposit you inside Ardent Hope. After that, matters are in your hands. I do hope Lyranth has a plan for what to do once you get there. For you, sweet mortal, always. Let Lyranth and the others worry about these affairs, and come back to Fargrave with me. Your life is short enough. Why risk it on this fool's errand? I can promise that our association would be mutually satisfying. Oh, I was only having a bit of fun. You are so deliciously stoic. And correct, I must admit. Mehrunes Dagon has long coveted Fargrave's doors to the many realms. Do not let Nokros use our fair anchorite to accomplish that. Remember, distraction. What else would you call the Blade Bearer's action? While they draw the attention of Nokros's forces, you must move quickly. You have until the last Blade Bearer falls. Use that time wisely. And I do hope you survive. For aesthetics, if nothing else.
The Blade Bearers will keep the fortress's defenders occupied.
Leave that to your clan, Rinkaius, and come with us. We could use your sword.
I will face Nokros in open battle, in the sight of my kin. That is the path of honor.
Well said, Blade Bearer, but I will destroy Nokros. Master, a word, please. I was once supreme among Lord Dagon's warlords. By the strength of my own hand, I kept the Dremora of the Deadlands in line. They feared me once. Now they have forgotten me. Curse that traitorous Nokros! Hate is too weak a word for what I feel, Master. I do not begrudge him for chafing under my rule. That is the Deadlands way. It is natural to challenge those above you. But Nokros chose the path of cowardice. Did Nokros face me in open battle? Did he strike me down with his own strength and fervor? No! He resorted to a trickster's curse. His actions revealed his fear, not his power. He has not earned his place at the head of Lord Dagon's armies. I do not know. I would certainly be more worthy than Nokros, but Mehrunes Dagon allowed that worm to replace me through trickery and deceit. I gave Lord Dagon my unstinting loyalty, but where was his loyalty to me? We should go, Master. As you say, Master. This is the Barbican, Master. Go east and then north to reach the inner keep. I smell blood. Mortal blood.
They are Nokfroz's most trusted servants. If we encounter them, the anchorite may be nearby.
Not the anchorites. She smells different. She broken. The anchorite. She's near.
I sense her presence as well. Lord Zabak, and he has the anchorite. Let us listen in.
Your blood will empower the perfected cataclysm and birth an incarnate to conquer all for Mehrunes Dagon.
I'll destroy that device, just like I destroyed the Riven Cataclysm.
Volcanaz Nokfroz, cast down the foolish Arox and purge the Order of the Waking Flame. You will submit too. Bring her. Nokfroz awaits us in the volcano. And you there, in the shadows. We will deal with you soon enough.
Foolish! When I am restored, I will return and slaughter them all!
Another time, Arox. How do we reach that volcano?
Through the door to the north. Soon, Nokfroz will feel my wrath!
Blade-bearers draw the attention of most of the fortress, but they will not endure much longer. We must hurry. As I feared, the Blade-bearers falter.
These are the mighty Blade-bearers. Kneel, Ringkais, or Volcanaz Nokfroz will erase your clan from existence.
The path to the Cataclysm lies ahead, but the Blade-bearers are in trouble. If they fall, all eyes will turn toward us as we ascend. We will never reach the anchorite. Perhaps now is the time to release the magic stored in the Twisted Rod. I am guessing, but a guess is all I have. I believe that the Twisted Rod holds the key to breaking Arox's curse. The magic inside it, it's Arox's true form. If I break the rod, Arox would be restored to his former glory, for a time. Time, or lack thereof, is the issue. If I had more of it, I could work out a permanent solution. But if we break the rod without removing the curse, it may restore Arox, at least until the curse reasserts itself. We could certainly use his power. If we want to save the Blade-bearers and the anchorite, yes, I will also need to stay behind. I can stave off the curse, but even that won't allow him to retain his true form for long. Take the rod and decide quickly, mortal. As I said, time is short.
Break the rod! Release me to seek my vengeance! I demand it!
ready, Daedrat. Your final flight is about to begin.
The wrath of Aarox the Mutilator. Behold your doom!
Aarox has returned. Run!
Blade bearers, on your feet, rally to me.
Come, mortal. I can smell Nakraz's fear. Take the path of cinders, and I will help you reach the anchorite.
Go, mortal. The blade bearers will aid you as we can.
Bar your path, mortal. Find what remains of the twisted rod in each, and I shall be your lord. Onward, mortal. These barricades cannot stand against my true form. reasserts itself. Aarox is a miserable...
Take that once more. Arox is still Arox. I am with you, Master. This way.
Too late, mortal. The Anchorite's blood flows through the catalyst, and soon, Volcanar's Nakfrost will emerge transformed.
No bonds can withstand Arox's teeth. You are free, Anchorite.
Innocent fools. I already have what I need from Emperor Morgan's head.
Within one mighty fall, I am the perfected incarnate!
Volcanar's Nakfrost! Prepare to meet your doom!
Cut them down!
Soon my power will be ready to like with the ribbon catalyst.
You cannot defeat me! I am disaster personified!
Rise up with my power! Help me break Nakfrost's defenses! Sure you'd come for me, but I'm glad you did. Wait, do you feel that? Something's coming. Oh no.
Nakfrost underestimated you. You are indeed powerful. For mortals. I remember you, little one. Morikar's whelp. I have plans for you. Your companions, however, are a momentary nuisance. I shall destroy them.
Fall back! We cannot fight Mehrunes Dagon.
Hang on! I'll get us out of here!
Oh, Fargrave. How I missed you.
Well fought, all of you. Lord Arox, it was an honor to share a battlefield with you.
Yes. Forever they will fear my name, no matter what form I wear.
Back to the House of Whims. We need time to recover. And to talk.
Walk the streets with pride, mortals. You saved Fargrave. And most likely Nairn as well.
But did you hear? Mehrunes Dagon said he had plans for me.
Yes. The Prince of Destruction took note of you, Anchorite. You overcame his most powerful minions.
There has to be more to it than that. My mother, Sister Seldina, told me I would help Mehrunes Dagon destroy the mortal world.
A false prophecy, perhaps? Let it lie for now.
I suppose. I just have a feeling this isn't over. Not yet.
There is always another battle, but you need not seek it today.
this toil and still so far from my freedom. Value that, mortal.
I do so adore a conquering hero, my darling. Do you like the welcome I prepared? It was the best I could do on short notice. Lyranth awaits you upstairs, but know that I plan to show you all the pleasures of the House of Whims. Later, no charge.
All has turned out to my satisfaction. I learned what I needed to, and you eliminated the threat of incarnates laying waste to Fargrave and the mortal world. And with Sister Seldina and Valkanaz Nakvraz gone, none remain to build new cataclysts. You have served me well, and I have a certain fondness for you, mortal. But do not presume that we are friends. Dremora have no need of such things, and I will not share my secrets with you. They are mine, and mine alone. Let us talk of other things. The Anchorite has demonstrated the ability to survive whatever hardships come her way. She will sort out her memories and come to terms with her parentage, eventually. And she should be safe here in Fargrave. The Stricture will see to that. It is over for now, little mortal. I, too, am curious about the daughter of a Longhouse Emperor. But thanks to your efforts at Ardent Hope, she remains out of Dagon's hands. You have served both me and your world well. Take this, with my gratitude. We have done well, little mortal. The cataclysts are... It is over for now, little mortal. We stopped the Waking Flame's threat to Blackwood and saved Fargrave from the Incarnates. But many questions remain unanswered. Mehrunes Dagon is still a threat to your world, mortal, and there are things I still wish to learn. Will you aid me again?
Gratitude is a mortal concept. Still, you carried me until I was able to fly once more. That deserves recognition. I will simply say this. You are the first mortal I do not wish to eat. I did not do it for you or the Anchorite Master. I did it because it offered my best chance for vengeance. Had I chosen the safe course, Nakvraz would have been beyond my reach by the time Lyranth found a way to break the curse permanently. You do not know as much about Daedra as you think, Master. We are patient, for time is on our side. In some century to come, I will find another way to break this curse. But even if I do not, our triumph over Valkanaz Nakvraz lives forever. Lyranth has been a bad influence on me. I confess I am curious about your doings. Mortals, that is. I think I will follow you for a time and see what else befalls you in this realm. Who knows? You might find something else that can break my curse.
I admit, I'm kind of at a loss. Destroying the Cataclysts, fighting Dagon's servants, confronting my own mother. The world was simpler when the mask hid me from myself. It's going to take a lot of time to sort through my recovered memories. Do I know the truth? Some things still remain hidden. I know who my mother and father were, yes, but I don't recall much about my childhood. I couldn't tell you where I grew up or who raised me, and I don't know what Mehrunes Dagon wants with me. You're right. Fargrave offers some protection, at least. Mehrunes Dagon's Daedric servants can't violate the stricture. But I can't hide from the Prince of Destruction forever, and I don't really want to try. I can't rest yet. There are still pieces missing from the puzzle of who I am. I think I'd better find them before I face Mehrunes Dagon again. Where will that take me? Who knows? No matter what, I'm still the Anchorite. I like who I've become.
You earned my respect, mortal. And that of all my blade bearers. I hope we will fight by your side again one day. Until then, watch over the Anchorite. I made light of Mehrunes Dagon's words, but there is purpose in everything he says. Many of my kin fell. Most of them, in fact. We were sorely outnumbered by Valkenaz Nokvraz's forces, but I do not grieve, mortal. Those whose bodies were destroyed in ardent hope will return soon enough. And every blade-bearer fell with honor. No kin goes willingly into the dark, mortal. We fight hard to stave it off, just as you would. And I will miss my clan brothers and clan sisters until they return. Some I will see again soon. Others, I may not see again for a prince's age. Our feud with Nokvraz and his minions is over. Those of my kin who suffered at his hands have been avenged. And the tale of our wrath will be told far and wide. But Mehrunes Dagon juggles schemes within schemes. All Daedric princes do. We may have put an end to Valkenaz Nokvraz's part in that, but what other plans does he have in mind for her? He addressed her directly, and by name, after all. No, not that. The plan to turn Dremora into incarnations of destruction died with Sister Seldina and Valkenaz Nokvraz. But the power the Anchorite demonstrated in Ardent Hope? That still exists. I suspect Dagon covets it for reasons of his own.